Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Phaki.
Hi. So it's day 13,
13. I love that number.
lucky number 13.
Mm,
So, day 13 of our 21-day self-esteem challenge. So, yeah, we're more than halfway there.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I was actually listening to Tapping Solutions, some CDs from the summit back from like 2012 in my car today. So it was
Cool.
interesting. It was nice. So I was just sitting there thinking, I'm like, I was literally like, tapping through it. Even though I was driving, I was just tapping through, like, in my mind, like
Awesome.
the surrogate tapping. But I was driving, but I was repeating what they were saying.
That's really cool.
Hmm.
Yeah, I ran errands and I have a pretty good day today. And then I've been doing I noticed I've been doing more self-care. Like I started stretching, like doing yoga, and pretty consistently I've been doing it. I mean, I had a little bit of back pain, but that I've been tapping on also. But what I've been happy is that I've been actually doing something proactive with the stretching. So
That's what I
um,
did at the park today. I went and did on the kids stuff, and I did all kinds of stretches and stuff.
yeah, and I think that's a big thing. Like if you're whatever the issue, so EFT, emotional freedom techniques, is wonderful for pain. It's wonderful for emotional stuff. But one of the things I noticed when I started tapping is it unlocks your ability to start taking care of yourself.
Hmm.
And it's like you start doing what you need to do so that
Right.
you're on a steady course of wellness. So it's not just abracadabra. It's like I'm here, I'm doing the work, and I'm able to do the work to heal.
Hmm. Yeah, I remember when I first started doing hypnotherapy. And it was when I started first, it was like the first time I started sleeping through the night
Mm,
in my entire life. Like,
wow.
I mean, where, anxiety and stress didn't take over, or I wasn't like, you know, medicating. And I mean, medicating in like so many different ways. Like, medicating could be like, spending money, medicating could be overeating, medicating could be, um, over socializing. Like it could be
Absolutely.
anything just to avoid.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to share something with you. I hadn't shared. My roommate had been, he had been quarantining with his family, and
Hmm.
he came back and he's like, oh, like maybe the first or second night he slept over, he was like, oh, I kind of prepared myself for like to hear you at night, like hear you in the middle of the night. And he's like, you were so quiet. Like you were so, like I had, just like whatever it was. I mean, I can't hear myself, but I think, the restless sleeping,
Hmm.
I just sleep better because of consistently doing EFT for now several months. About almost a year that I started
Hmm.
doing it pretty much every day. Just those little things. It's interesting of, oh, you're sleeping through the night and you're not, not snoring, not making noise, just sleeping like a baby.
Right. And then you start to realize that you react differently, you know,
Absolutely.
to situations that you used to like overreact to or be overly dramatic.
Yes. Yes.
And the funny thing about it is being dramatic is fun. And especially like, when you're like into theater and the arts and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I mean, it's totally cool and it's fun, but your mind doesn't know the difference. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference. And when we get like overly dramatic over stuff like that's negative,
Well, I'm going to tell you, my grandmother loved her stories,
Mm-hmm.
so and she would always have us over at the house, and we were watching, Young and the Restless, Guiding Light, all of these dramatic people and stories, and
Mm-hmm.
and I think now it's like the Kardashian, now it's like
And the
all
soaps.
Real Housewives and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the soap opera. It's like we want our lives to be. I think part of it is the drama or the addiction to drama,
And the adrenaline.
adrenaline, and it's like making your life feel important, like being important by being super dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
And what you've said this to me, right? Drama equals trauma, right?
Yeah, that and hysterical means history.
Yeah.
When we act hysterical about over stuff, we really need to instead of focusing so much on the outside of pointing the finger at the person,
Mhm.
why are we getting so hysterical? And why are we so upset? And it's usually because there's something that is unresolved about it with us.
Yeah, or they're triggering something
A
deeply.
belief or yeah,
Yeah. So
or an incident.
yeah, so it's good to be observant. I mean, I'm still doing the work on that, definitely, but it's good. I think what's great with this is to start, and maybe we should start tapping, but start
Mhm.
investing, getting curious, like instead of being. And it's also being curious when you see other people doing that too. Start having
Mhm.
compassion and in the moment. So the self-esteem issue comes up with, feeling okay with whatever is uncomfortable in your being.
Mhm. Yeah, and and the thing is that what we all need to think about right now is we're all thinking it. Whenever we approach people, with everything going on, it's you know, we're all like, are we safe? Is this person, feel a threat? Like I'm a threat to them, or do I feel like they're a threat to me? And, it's all really, it's pretty, I mean, I don't like to be a Debbie Downer, but it is stressful, and it
It's
is a sad
extreme.
situation.
Yeah, it's extreme. Both.
I mean, because it's like our flight or fights, is on overdrive,
And for a
complete
valid
overdrive.
reason. I mean, so a lot of times, I think what we're talking about with the drama and everything else is like really what's happening is that your fight or flight, your I always forget, is it sympathetic or parasympathetic? I think it's
The
sympathetic,
paras well, the sympathetic is the one that's like the driving force,
the fight or flight.
yeah.
So your sympathetic nervous system is getting activated. You're trying to basically get yourself to be safe, get
Mhm.
yourself to get to a safe
And we're
haven.
stuck in that.
So when you see people acting out, I mean, I lived in New York for many years, so you see people acting crazy on the street all the
Hmm.
time. And what's going on is really trauma and not feeling safe. So now that
I've seen it in myself,
yes,
I've
absolutely.
seen it in, when I look back in videos, from times that we started together, um, you can look at people's body language and you can tell when somebody has been traumatized, just
Absolutely.
by their body language and the way their eyes look around and stuff like that. And I started noticing it. I'm not saying that it means that, I mean, some people are better at I hiding it, you know. So, but anyways, you can tell a lot about body language too.
Yeah. So even though
Even though
I've had so much trauma,
I've had so much trauma,
I've had so much drama,
I've had so much drama,
and I've had so much pain,
and I've had so much pain.
I choose to relax,
I choose to relax,
and I choose to love and accept myself.
And I choose to love and accept myself.
Even though
Even though
a part of me feels like getting all crazy,
part of me feels like getting all crazy
causing some drama,
and cause some drama.
I choose to relax,
I choose to relax.
relax every muscle in my body,
Relax every muscle in my body.
and love and accept myself.
And love and accept myself.
Even though
Even though
I'm a little scared right now,
I'm a little scared right now.
and I probably should be scared.
And I probably should be scared.
There's a lot of crazy things happening in this world.
There's a lot of crazy and bizarre things going on in the world.
And it feels overwhelming.
And it feels overwhelming.
I choose to relax
I choose to relax
and trust
and trust
in my capabilities
my capabilities
to handle what comes my way.
to handle what comes my way. And you know what I heard last night? I just want to share. You may have seen it. This group said, if you can't see the light, then be the light.
Yeah. So I choose to relax.
I choose to relax.
I choose to release.
I choose to release.
And I choose to allow myself
And I choose to allow myself
to be the light,
to be the light,
to be the lighthouse.
to be the lighthouse.
I don't know if you know this phrase, relax, relate, release.
Relate, release, relax.
That's from a different world, and I used to love that show. Relax,
Oh, yeah.
release.
That's nice. I like that.
So even though I want to be all crazy,
I want to be all crazy and overly dramatic
so I can get attention,
so I can get attention.
because I want people to know how I'm feeling,
I want people to know how I'm feeling, and I want to fit in.
and I want to fit in, and I want to be heard.
I want to be heard. I don't want people to forget about me.
Yeah, I don't. I choose to
I choose to
release
release
the need
the need
to fit in.
to fit in
Maybe
or to stand out.
yeah, maybe I can set the tone.
Maybe I can set this tone.
Maybe I can take the lead.
Maybe I can take the lead.
Maybe my energy and aura,
Maybe my energy and aura,
my calm,
my calm,
my power,
my power,
my self-love
my self-love
and self-esteem
and self-esteem
is more
is more
powerful,
powerful,
more impactful,
impactful, more impactful,
louder,
louder,
stronger,
stronger, speaks volumes.
speaks volumes. Maybe it's the way
Maybe it's the way
that I can finally be heard
that I can finally be heard
by hearing my own inner voice,
by hearing my own inner voice,
by speaking my inner truth,
by speaking my inner truths,
by speaking from a place of compassion.
by speaking from a place of compassion.
I give myself permission
I give myself permission
to be the light,
to be the light,
to be the beacon,
to be the beacon,
to be the calm.
to be the calm.
I got this.
I got this.
You got this, Cynthia.
I know I do. I gotta show them how it's done.
We're both. Me too.
We gotta show them how
We.
it's done. We, 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 we. I don't know. I'm getting delirious being in quarantine for this
Oh
long.
yeah.
I'm
So
coming up with dances and everything I do. It's like,
I love it. Well, we're flowing a little bit, and that's good. And
mm-hmm.
I think that's what happens when you start believing in yourself, is that you then all of a sudden your sense of humor and lightness comes back, because
You're surfing in life.
you're not as concerned as what other people think, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You start believing, just trusting who you are. And that's my, that's one of my goals for this, is just giving people that ability to say, you can believe in yourself and trust
Mm-hmm.
who you are and be
And
kind.
this is like, this is like a perfect time and space to, where it's like there's so much accountability because everybody can do it together.
Yes, wonderful. And we can be loving, being loving towards yourself and compassionate towards yourself, I think gives also a perspective and an ability to be compassionate towards others, because you're not in scarcity,
Mm-hmm.
fear, and all of that, those emotions that keep us from seeing other people's perspectives. So
And the thing that we always, always, always have to remember is that when we live in scarcity mindset, it only creates more scarcity. So
absolutely.
that's the one thing we have to always remember. So like even when we get confused and we're like, we don't know what to do, if we just remember that, um,
Absolutely.
so we just got to clear our mind enough to, get in a joyful
Relax, relate, release.
space. Yeah, get to a joyful space.
Yeah, get to a lighthearted, loving, and that's the thing. Like you can say, "Oh wow, like that's interesting," and like feel like, okay, that's I don't know why that person is especially in this world as we are right at this minute, and how everyone is going through a whole bunch of stuff.
Everybody's being triggered left and right too.
Yeah. So we can say like, "Oh, that's interesting. I wonder what's going on," and be curious and compassionate
Mm-hmm.
and kind, instead
Mm-hmm.
of getting triggered ourselves. And that's the goal. It may or may not happen. There may be times when you get triggered and say things you don't want to say, and you know
Mm-hmm.
what? Just forgive yourself and love yourself through it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I honestly believe that if we all get into some kind of cohesive kind of thing, like I feel like the planet will then calm down a little bit, but I feel like the planet is a reflection of what's going on, as far as like the weather and stuff. So it's a perfect indication. It gives us an idea of, it's
Yeah,
like a thermometer. It gives us an idea of what's going on.
yeah, it's like I think barometer, like the air circulating around
So
in it.
let's get this going, people.
Yeah, it's a tool that we can make it the microcosm to the macro. So it's all really, that's our intention here. It's like we can't necessarily fix every problem in the world, but we can be a smaller, cohesive space of
Mm-hmm.
healing.
Mm-hmm. And we can move forward together and evolve together instead of like being like half of us like stuck back here and then some of us stuck here. And it's like, that's what the problem is we're so stuck in the back behind us, the past. And we still have to process those things.
So it's yeah. So EFT has emotional freedom techniques has a specific goal of really taking out this whole idea of like, you know, things that are taboo to talk about, or emotions, like taking the charge out of that, and then like giving you the ability just to start handling your emotions, and not
Mm-hmm.
have these huge triggers that like if you you know there's a genuine reasons why people are triggered, but it's like the problem is then like if you're triggered then you can't
Yeah.
relate to
And
anyone
we
else.
take the charge out of it and we take the significance out of it. We take the emotion out of it. And it's good for reference. That's what I always tell my, well, I don't always tell, but I tell some of my clients is it's a good reference. So those experience are not, so whenever we bring them up for, to remind us of maybe we feel danger or we feel this presence of a person, and then we have these snapshots of things that have happened to us, and that's why we know that this person this may be a threat. But when those times come up, they don't have the emotional attachment or charge, and they're like more black and white. They're just for reference to help us to make good decisions.
Yeah,
But they're not supposed to run our lives now.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's absolutely it. And we can, there's a way to heal, and that's really the important thing. The important message is, because so many people feel that they're, and there's so many, scenarios of bad things that can happen, which obviously, that's too. But you can start healing if you, it's not always easy, but you can start healing.
It's much easier with another person.
Yes.
Yes, it's always, so that's why we do a lot of work together. Hey, you.
I have a little gift.
I won't bring my dog up because my dog will start barking like crazy.
This is my little gift. This isn't my dog. This is my roommate's dog.
So I love waking up in the morning with the little doggy.
So sweet. So on that note, thank you so much for watching Lucky Number 13.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't been doing the numbers, I think, because we're both feeling like a lot of the layers are coming up. But you may notice if you're doing this with us, that too, that we're kind of going a little deeper than the numbers.
And we're doing a lot of tapping out, besides these videos.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So we have so much going on. We have so many projects. Please like and subscribe. Please join us on Facebook and Instagram. We're newly on Instagram. And please, what else we've got? We've got an ebook. I mean, we've got a lot going on. So
yeah, and then we have a Facebook group called Empowering Wellness at Home, and you can join. If she didn't say it already, I don't know.
I didn't say it all.
Anyways, you can. That's where we are daily, and so we have a small, intimate community over in Facebook for right now.
Mm-hmm. And anything else you want to say?
And in the meantime, until the next video, you guys just keep tapping.
Bye, Cynthia.
Bye. Bye, Phaki. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.